Hi, Tamsin. So these marches, rooted in history, certainly have the added significance of these controversial, fatal, and near-fatal police encounters. The messaging remaining consistent from protesters: we are not going to let up. There's an old saying: we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. That's certainly held true on this Friday, as 100 or so people took part in a solidarity march in Fort Greene, Brooklyn.
We'll never let America forget.
A march organized to coincide with Friday afternoon's March on Washington, which was held 57 years ago to the day of the historic 1963 March on Washington, where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his I Have a Dream speech.
How do you speak while this young man, Jacob, lies in a hospital and you won't call his name?
The Reverend Al Sharpton led a large delegation from New York with a pointed message for President Trump about Jacob Blake of Kenosha, Wisconsin, in addition to a number of other black men and women who have been killed during high-profile police encounters over the last several years.
How do you sit while Breonna Taylor's in a grave and you won't call her name? Well, Mr. Trump, look right down the block from the White House. We come to Washington by the thousands. We gonna call their name.
The organizer of the Fort Greene Brooklyn March, one of 3 groups expected to head toward Manhattan Friday night, says she organized the coalition with several goals in mind.
I want to change the world that black people live in America. I want to change how we have to be fearful every day. I want that to stop. I want the violence towards us to stop. I want institutions of racism to be dismantled. I want a world where, I don't have to be afraid for my life every day.
These protests just wrapped up a few minutes ago. We started out in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. We marched. We didn't march. We followed the protesters, and they arrived here at Madison Square Park in Manhattan. Several hundred people here scattered around the borough, as we obviously had 3 larger groups. It's not going to stop, they say. We're live in Manhattan tonight. Jay Dow.